Hello friends, welcome. Today I am going to share with you the strangest secret. In 1950s there was a gentleman called Earl Nightingale, and he had talked about that only 5% people in this world become successful, while rest of the people live an ordinary life. And that teaching is so relevant even in today's world, because if you take wealth as one of the indicators of success, then you will find the top 1% of the population controls almost 50% of the total wealth. And if you take top 10% of the population, they control almost 85% wealth. That is the kind of staggering difference between people who are successful and people who are not. So what makes an individual successful while others live an ordinary life? Well, you would have seen that people who struggle every day with their lives and still find it hard to make their ends meet, while on the other hand there will be individuals who really are not apparently working so hard, but still whatever they do becomes successful, whatever they touch becomes gold. They literally have the Midas touch. So the difference between people who are successful and who are not is basically the dreams and the goals. People who are successful have goals. They know where they would like to go, and that is why they are able to achieve them. Imagine if you are flying an airline and the pilot of that airline obviously knows which destination he has to take his plane. He has all the flight maps. He has the weather plans. The crew is properly briefed in terms of what this journey is going to be all about, and 99.99% you will reach your destination without any hiccups. On the other hand, imagine a plane where the pilot does not know where he or she has to go. They do not have the flight maps, they do not have the weather plans. Do you think this plane will ever reach the destination? Obviously not. It will remain grounded and it will go nowhere. So that is precisely the difference between people who have goals and people who do not have goals. One of the psychologists in his book had talked about that in human mankind, the opposite of courage is not fear, it is conformity. Most of the people become what others tell them to become. If they try to branch out into something which they are passionate about, but it is different from what their parents, their teachers feel they can do, then they are told that, this is something you should not be doing, and what you should do is obviously what others are doing. So that is why you will find, students typically will go after engineering, medical and MBA degrees rather than focusing on what their talent is, what they are passionate about. Dr. Vincent Peale, the famous author of Think and Grow Rich, says, mind is a very powerful tool. Whatever you feed in your mind, that is what you become. If you share positive thoughts in your mind, then obviously you will have positive outcomes. And if you have negative thoughts in your mind, then you will have negative outcomes. Henry Ford had said, if you think you can do it, you are right. And if you think you cannot do it, even then you are right. So ultimately it boils down to what your mind is saying, what you teach your mind, what you feed your mind, and what dreams you have and how you go after your dreams. George Bernard Shaw had said that the successful people do not blame their circumstances. They do not blame the external factors. They go ahead and control the circumstances. They already know that the power to become successful lies within. If you take a farmer who has two sets of fields, in one field he grows corn, and in the other field he grows a poisonous plant. He puts the seeds in the ground, he waters them, he puts in fertilizer and takes care of both these fields equally. What do you think will be the outcome from each of these fields? Obviously, the field where he has grown corn will produce corn, and while the field where he has put in poisonous seeds will give poisonous plant. Human mind is far more fertile than any field on the earth, and that is why whatever you put in your mind, it will start producing more of that. And that is something which is so powerful. And in one of the studies which was done in Harvard MBAs, it was found that 84% of the students did not have any goals which were either there in their mind or written down, while 13% people had goals which were in their mind but not written down, and finally 3% of the people had goals which were committed on paper, and they also had a plan on how to achieve them. After 10 years, the same set of students were approached, and what it was found is very, very surprising. The 13% of the students who had goals in their mind were earning as much money as the rest of the 84% who did not have any goals. And what is even more surprising is that the 3% students who had written down goals, who had plans to achieve them, were actually earning as much money as rest of the 97%. So you can well imagine what is the power of goal setting, what is the power of knowing what you would like to achieve, and that is why it's so important to have your dreams, to convert them into goals, and finally, even more important is to take action so that you can achieve those goals. So this is the strangest secret which I wanted to share with you. Why it's called Strangest Secret even after more than 70 years is that not many people are aware what is the power of goal setting in their lives, and even less number of people actually take action to convert them into meaningful goals and results. So that is why I encourage you to start dreaming big, to convert those dreams into goals, and finally take action to achieve those goals. In my next video, I am going to share with you the 7 areas in your life where you need to have goals, and then take action to go after those goals. And I can assure you that once you start writing down your goals and take action to realize those goals, your life will be completely transformed and you will not be the same person again. So thank you friends for watching my video, and I look forward to sharing the goal setting template with you in the 7 critical areas of your life. Thank you and have a wonderful day.